It's an open mic, because of this, got to come up and this, so there's a distance.
Yeah, I'm Lee Havis. I'm a candidate for Maryland State Senate, but in my private life, I'm a private educator. So my whole adult life in private education, and so committed to choice. The question is, and I have a tutoring program, and so I'm well acquainted with, it's a very complicated issue. I only want to take a couple of minutes and point on what I think is most important. What is choice? What do we mean by choice? Government doesn't give us a choice when they have compulsory schooling. You have to do something, or you go to jail. So there's a limitation on choice. Question is, what do we mean by choice? We look at government, and then we say, where am I going to send my child to school? Well, the school has to be licensed. The government's going to tell you what is a school. It's going to tell you what is education. I'm a very unconventional educator, so I'm very responsive and very sensitive to choice. In Nigeria, they have a vibrant private school system. The parents are dirt poor. They live in slums. They have a free public school system, but the parents in the slums don't send their kids there because they want them to be educated. They want their children to get out of the slums. So they pay a little bit of their precious money to do these very small home schools, communities, and they use whatever resources they have. So look, street teaching, you go to the kids where they are, the poorest in the world, and that's the salvation of the whole world is going to come from people who get the idea that education comes from the child, doesn't come from the government, doesn't come from the teacher, it comes from within the child, it comes from laws of nature. Obviously, there have to be environments created to do that, but you don't need fancy facilities, you don't need a lot of money. I can give you a lot of examples of that. The practical question is, we're in the middle of a problem, we're not at the beginning. And that's really the problem. We've got government infusively involved. And so parents naturally come to government. Where can I send my kid to school? Where can I get a choice? If you make a choice, like the homeschool mother, you make a choice on your own. You're going to take care of that. Homeschoolers have fought in the state of Maryland to even get that right, because government intrudes even on homeschooling. They want to control. So the way out of it, and I'm a practical guy, so I'm an idealist too, but the practical part of it, the political part of it, is what are we going to do now? My judgment is the very best thing, and I liked what Kevin was saying, we have to decentralize. We have to recognize that government is 50% of the budget of money is poured into public schools. Politics is all about the money. We have to break the system down. We have to get the power back to the parents. Now, how are we going to do that? We can decentralize. We can do that through state laws that have put everything at the top of the power. People at the very top are controlling everything. We have to decentralize that. Prince George's County, for example, ought to be managing its own hiring system for teachers and so forth. If we can start breaking that down with the 24 jurisdictions we have, then we can start, Carroll County and Worcester County can start experimenting with things. So that's my practical way out of the mess.